What's going on, everybody? It's PapaStones coming back with another video. So today we're doing a little meta breakdown of the Richmond sector that just happened this weekend. It was a fun event. I streamed for a little bit of it, watching it with you guys. Not all of it though. I had some other things to do, but we're going to break it down. Realistically, a little TLDR, it looks like we're looking at a pretty healthy meta right now. Big shout out to the people who streamed it, Late Night Gaming, Take the Initiative, whatever. Then there was obviously also a shout out here to the SWU Competitive Hub for keeping all these tabs and having all these little infographs for us to go over. We're going to jump right into this. We got Sabine Wren was the most represented deck out of 598 players at 10% of the field. So about 60 people. Then you had Quinlan at 9%, Cadbane at 7%, Han from set 1 at 7%, Anakin at 6.5%, Luke at 6.5%, Vader at 4.5%, Piet at 4.2%, Gar at 4.2%, Kira at 3.8%, Boba 4 at 3.2%, Palpatine at 3%, Vader from Jump to Lightspeed at 3%, Bosk at 2.7%, Kazuda at 2.7%, Leia at 2.5%, Rey at 2.2%, and 19.2% of all other decks were other. So a very diverse meta. You can basically go into this and realistically you could play anything right now. It's kind of a really open field. Nothing seems overly dominant, and we will get into that into the top cuts as well. But this is just representation here. And very diverse, very interesting to see people's takes on it. Moving on, we go to the top 64 day 2 into the conversion rates. We had 17% of top 64 on Quinlan, 14% on Kira, Han at 12.5%, Sabine at 12.5%, Cad at almost 11%. Vader from Jump to Lightspeed at 6.3%, Anakin at 3%, Han from Shadows at 3%, Kylo at 3.1%. Then you had, basically this is all one-ofs, you had a Boba, a Dooku, a Bosk, a Gar Saxon, a Poe, an Iden, a Mace Windu, a Rey, a Yoda, a Kazuda, and a Darth Vader. So that is in top 64, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different leaders in the top 64 of players. These are generally speaking people who had 2 losses up until the end of the rounds, right? Maybe 3, I think it's 3 or 4 maybe. Top 2 losses gets you into the next day for the most part. So they went 7-2 on the first day, guaranteed. And that's pretty crazy. We're looking at, like I said, a very diverse meta. Nothing really stands out as overly dominant. We'll talk about like performance wise, but I mean Quinlan and Sabine converted pretty well. Same with Han. Kira overperformed, I think. Other than that, maybe what do we got here? Anakin looks like it underperformed a bit, possibly. We'll check out the next chart, though, where they have this little infograph. Basically, the blue bar on the left is how much percentage they represented of the tournament, and then the red bar is the top 64 representation. So basically, the smaller the blue bar and the higher the red bar, the better. If the red bar's higher, then it's still good regardless. So like looking here at Quinlan, it represented about 9% of the meta and about 17% of the top cut. So Quinlan converted very well. Same here with Kira, looking at 14% conversion on 4%. That's what I'm saying. That's probably the biggest surprise there. Han Solo also converted pretty well. Same with Sabine and Cadbane. Darth Vader from Jump to Lightspeed also went nuts. The deck is very fast. It's super interesting to see, but it seems very vulnerable at the same time, so it's a little up in the air for me. Then we look at other percentages. Anakin kind of looks like It underperformed a bit, being a 7% representation and 2 of them making the next day, although one of them did get, I think, top 4. So that was pretty good. Han Solo from Shadows, 1 to 2 random decks popped off, and then it did well. Same with Kylo Ren. Boba Fett, no surprise for me. If you know anything about me, I don't think that deck's very good. I just think it's popular for some reason, and it did not convert nearly as well. Bosk is also the same. That one surprised me a bit more. Maybe the hand disruption is enough to deal with Bosk with all the Quinlan and Han running around, and Sabine can still get under it. It's not an unbeatable matchup by any means. So Dooku doesn't even have a blue bar because it had one person playing it for the most part, is what it looked like. Maybe there's a second one I didn't for sure check, but one of them converted. Darth Vader obviously underperforms compared to what you would expect, but it's still got a top 64 on a leader that most people think is pretty not good right now. So that is just showcase chasing for the most part as well. Garth Saxon, though, is a bit more surprising. I mean, granted, we are in kind of a ping-heavy meta, so you're kind of just playing bad units on curve, right? Like a 2-2 shielded in Gar is a 3-2 shielded, right? But when they ping it, you're just playing a 2-2, right? So it's kind of rough. I like Gar. However, I'm not quite sure if it'll hold up if we're going to see a lot of Quinlan and Cad. Iden converted all right. Kazuda a little down from its participation. Mace Windu kind of out of nowhere. Same with Poe Dameron. Rey and Yoda at the back end, I think, are all right percentages. We will go into the results of the tournament. It was won by a Sabine list. Like I said, very diverse meta, though. We have 7 different decks, and then one that's the same, right? There's 2 Quinlan Tarkin Town lists, but in first you have Sabine ECL. You have Quinlan Tarkin in second. You have Han Green, Han from set 1 green in third. Anakin Blue in fourth. Han Yellow in fifth. Kira Data Vault in sixth. A Cad Tarkin Town in seventh. And the other Quinlan in 8th place. So, very diverse meta. It's actually pretty exciting to see. Me personally, I'm still very on the fence of what I'm going to be playing. I have PQs in about 2 weeks now, and the meta is so open, I for sure haven't decided what I'm going. I'm saving it to the last minute, apparently, so we'll see. I'm still not 100% sold on anything, but this does give us a little insight to what to expect. Realistically expect anything. However, conversion-wise, it looks like we're looking at Sabine, Han, Quinlan, and Cad for the most part as the top 4. Kira probably is in the fold, so you'd say like top 5 there. It's definitely an interesting meta. But yeah, that's all I got for this time. Just wanted to talk quickly about what we saw this weekend. A little meta breakdown for you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're playing, if you're going to PQs, what you're going to play there, if you got any ideas. Feel free to let me know. I'm always here to chat. And as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.